You are welcome back to this section, and in this section you are looking at practical questions on control account from the principle that we learned on control account. We are here to learn or know how we can apply the principle that we learned in the control account class practically in solving questions and know how to deal with such kind of situations. So this is Labi Premium Educational Consult. If you are new on this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel and turn notification bell to all. So once you upload any content, you'll be the first person to get it right away on your device. So continue to like and share this video as well. So let's get on to it. So we are looking at a question on control account. So this is our first question. The following balance, as you can see on the screen, the following balances were extracted from the purchase ledger of Boabin Trading Enterprise on 30th September 2004. We have the balances for these customers, customers that we deal with them. We have Marfo, Danso and Co, Edu Construction Limited. These are their balances existing. During October 2004, the following transactions were undertaken, and you can see the transactions that we actually happened during October 2004. We have transaction 6 as October, 6th October, then October 9th, 14th, we have 16th, 18th, 21st, 26th, and 31st. These are the transactions that actually occurred during October in the year 2004. So we are asked to, or we are required to, A, write up an account in the purchase ledger for October 2004, and B, prepare the purchase ledger control account for October 2004. So you can clearly see that once you are preparing a purchase ledger control account, you can clearly see that from the introductory statement, the balances of these customers that we are dealing with, you can clearly see that these are what our suppliers, isn't it? They are our suppliers. Marfo, Danso, and Edu, they are our suppliers. So we can clearly bring in that in that case. So they are all our suppliers. So we can make that inference. So let's take note of that. So we are going to first of all prepare the account for individual suppliers or creditors, and after that we will pull all the information in individual account into one account called the purchase ledger control account. Because you said the purchase ledger control account is an account that gives summaries of all the transaction in individual's account. Isn't it? At the end of the day, we'll expect that the balance that exists in individual accounts, when we pull them into one account, which is called the purchase ledger control account, it will be in agreement in terms of their balances. It will what agree with the purchase. It will agree with the purchase balances that exist in individual's what account. So that's what we are here to do. So the name, as you can see, the name of the business is Boabin Trading Enterprise. So let me have it here, Boabin Trading Enterprise. We have Boabin Trading Enterprise. So first we are going to prepare we are going to prepare an account for these various supplies. So I'll first of all start with the transactions or the customers that we have within our balances, right? Which is what? Marfo Enterprise. So Marfo, I'm going to open Marfo's account. So I have Marfo's account here. Marfo. So Marfo Enterprise. I'm going to open his account. Then once I open Marfo's account, let me try to open also another Danso and Co. Danso and Co. I also have the accounts here. right? So let's deal with the two. Then after that, we move on to prepare other accounts too as well. All right. So we have Marfo Enterprise, and the balance in the Marfo Enterprise was credit because he's what? Our supplier. So here, all suppliers have what the credit balance, unless other cases that we will have a debit balance. We'll explain that one as we move along. So Marfo, so the currencies in Ghana cedis. Currencies in Ghana cedis. So all right, so we have this information down here. So Marfo, we're going to have balance brought down of 18,955. 18,955. Then let's also record down so and co. That one's also a credit, so you're going to have that one here. Balance brought forward or brought down as 8,900. 8,900. All right. So now let's move on with the provision. But in transaction 6, as you can see, they said October 6, bought goods on credit from Adom. We haven't opened Adom account yet, so we will come back to it and do that one. But now we have Marfo Enterprise and that. So let's check the next transaction. We come back to transaction 6, which is 6 October. So October 9, bought goods from Marfo Enterprise for 80,000 and paid 40,000 by cash, 20,000 by 40,000 by check, 20,000 by cash, and the balance was left on the account. All right, so meaning that we couldn't pay all the remaining balance. So we are going to record, right? So we are going to record the cash and then the check, and the remaining will be what? Balance that will stand in Marfo's account, as Boabin will be owing Marfo, because Marfo is a supplier or a creditor. So once happening, they're going to own, so they're going to record it. So first they're going to record. So once a double entry rule is saying that anytime an item leaves the organization, that item is credited, and anytime an item comes in the business, that item is what? Debited. So here Boabin pays or purchase bought goods from Marfo Enterprise and paid 40,000 by check. So it means that check, which you know is same thing as money, cash is leaving, so cash should be credited, and then the one to whom we are making the payment will be debited. So Marfo was debited in the name of what? First, in the name of what? Bank. So here you're going to have your bank or check. We make an info going to send to the bank, so you're going to record the name of bank as what? 40,000. Then you record the cash too as well. We're having a cash of what? 20,000. So cash. Please, the dates are also very important. You need to write the dates as well and to know when the transaction did occur. Okay, but in this presentation, I'm not I haven't included the date. So, but then if you are to prepare, always make sure you include the dates if the dates are attached to it. But here I've ignored the dates, so don't worry. So 20,000, and the remaining will be what? A credit what? Purchases. The remaining will be what? A credit what? Purchases. Isn't it? Remaining will be a credit what? Purchases. So we take into account for that. So in that, I can say that once Marfo was the one that was giving us the goods, I'll also credit Marfo, and you're going to use our purchases account to receive the goods in terms of their worth. So I will say that here, purchases of what? 80,000, because Marfo sold the goods to us, which was quantified in monetary terms as what? 80,000. So Marfo is the one giving out. So the double entry says that if someone is giving, then his account needs to be credited, and the one receiving will be debit. So you are going to credit Marfo in the name of purchases because the business is going to use purchase account to receive the goods because the stocks. So purchases account will take into account the debit side, then we credit Marfo in the name of purchases. Okay, but then the one that we have paid, we also debit as you have done here. We debit Marfo then with bank, and then the cash that we actually pay to Marfo. Then when you go to our cash book, we have been trading cash book. You also credit the cash book as well. So let's take note of that. Then we have transaction. That's 14th October. We bought goods on credit from Adam. So for Adam, so for now, we are not preparing Adam because of the screen. So as we move along, we'll come back and prepare Adam. So don't worry about that. So let's move on to transaction 16. Purchases goods from Danso and Co. on credit. Purchases goods from Danso and Co. on credit. So you see, these are the double entry principle that you're trying to, try to remember ourselves. Okay, so when we purchase goods from on credit from Danso and Co., meaning that they gave to us on credit terms, right? So Danso is the one giving. So Danso and Co. account to be credited, okay, and then our purchases account will be what? Debited. So here we just record the name of Danso, the name of purchases. Purchases, of course, on credit. So here we have it here. So when you go to purchase account, you do what? Credit. But here, just preparing the account for individual, so you shouldn't worry about the other account as well. So that was 16. Then 18th, add-on to. So you come back to the add-on. So don't worry. When you purchase goods from Edu to, also come back to Edu. Then let's see whether we have any information about Marfo and Danso again, so that we can finalize it. Okay, so no information about them. So now let's get back to Adam for that as well. So I'm trying to move my board a bit so that I can prepare for. So I'll have Adam's on here. Adam, let's say Adam, yeah, Adam's account. Adam. So all of them are accounts, so let's take note of that. So let me also have Edu's construction also here. Edu construction account. Okay, let me include the account. So I want to have it here. So let's take note. So currencies, they are in Ghana cedis. All right, so let's move on. So you are coming back to transaction 6. But before we do that of Adam's one, we ask ourselves, was Adam existing in our books? No. So now Adam is our new supplier. So that you bought goods from him on credit. Right, so you're going to record. That's 6th October. So since Adam is the one giving to our Adam account need to be credited, then we debit our purchase. So we are going to credit in the name of what? Purchases. So purchases of 3,600. Okay, good. Then let's see other information for Adam. Bought goods on credit from Adam. So you also bought another goods on credit from Adam. That was what 100. That's 14th October. As you can see, 14th October. So here too, I'm going to record it on credit. So 14th October, the same purchases. So purchases of 100 cedis. Okay, good. Then let's see whether we have any other information for Adam again. Okay, let's check October 18. We have paid Adam. We paid Adam the balance on his account by check less 10% cash discount. So now let's see the total amount standing in Adam's account. We have what? 3,600 and then what? 100. So the total will give me what? 3,700. So we are paying all the amount that exists in Adam's account. We are paying all of them with check. But then because we are paying them on time, we are going to enjoy what? A cash discount of what? 10%. So once you're enjoying the cash discount of 10%, meaning you're going to pay an amount less 10% of the total amount that we own Adam here. Please, I get something. So we're going to add the two. Then you calculate 10%. Then that will be for cash discount. Then the remaining will be what we paid as check to Adam. I hope that is clear. So here, when we add it, we're going to get 3,700. So we're going to work 10% on the 3,700, and I believe you're going to get what? 370. So just use the calculator and work 10% on the total of these two, which is 3,700, and you're going to get what? 370. Sorry, 370. So that will be, so once you get the discount, meaning that the remaining you're paying with what? A check, which is by influence by what? Bank. So you're going to write here bank. So since the discount, the cash discount, so here will be discount that we are receiving, right? Take note, discount receive. Discount that we are receiving. So it becomes what? 370. So once you're having the 370 here, when you subtract the 370 from the total, you're going to get 3,330, and that will be for the, by meaning that Adam's account will then what? Close, because we have paid Adam with what? Check. And we also enjoy some cool discount, which is discount what? Received. Okay, so that is the deal. So once we pay Adam going to receive by debiting Adam's account, then we credit our cash book. The name of what? Bank. That's the bank that we know. So that is Adam. So let's come back to Edu Construction. So you can see also, as you can see on the screen, with the beginning of this question, we said Edu Construction also have a balance that was existing, because we have been dealing with Edu for a number of years. We have been dealing with him as a business partner for a number of years. So we were having a balance, and the balance for Edu was what? A debit balance. And what will account for a creditor having a debit balance? We have a whole lot of reasons that can lead to a creditor having what? A debit balance, and we're going to unravel these things as we move on. So balance brought down or brought forward of what? 350. It can be that we have overpaid Edu Construction, who is our supplier. We have overpaid him. So once you overpaid, he's going to have what? A debit balance, meaning that he owns us. Okay, he owns us. So once we deem to take it back, we can take it back. Right? So it can be overpayment or can be a mistake, general mistake. So we can also call error. So, but once we know it's a debit, all that we need to do is to what? Debit it, and that is all. Don't have any problem. So let's see. Once we have done that, then we see. Let's check other transactions that relate to Edu Construction Limited. There we have October 21st. Purchase goods from Edu Construction Limited on credit, which was 2,700 of Ghana cedis. So I'm going to record. So once we purchase from Edu on credit, Edu is the one giving to us. So the double entry is the same, it doesn't change. So once Edu is the one giving, Edu's account will be credited and the other account will be debited. So I'm going to credit Edu account in the name of what? Purchases. Purchases of 2,700. 2,700. So that was the purchases that on credit that Edu made to Boabin Enterprise, and since that Edu was the one giving, we credited Edu. Then when you go to Boabin's account, you use the purchases for Boabin account to receive that goods in that case. So that's why we have purchases of 2,700. So let's see whether we have other information related to Edu during October 2004. So you can see 26. So you check on the screen. We have 26 October where we returned goods to Edu Construction Limited for 350. So you bought some goods from Edu, then we thought that doesn't meet our, and Boabin Trading Enterprise thought that doesn't meet his preference, so we need to return it back. So once we are returning, Boabin is the one giving, right? So he is the one returning. So Boabin's account will be credited. Then Edu is the one receiving. So we are going to debit what Edu's account. So we are going to debit in the name of what returns, right? So return out was returns of the store. So we are going to return it. Returns of 350 350. All right, let's see whether we have other information also related to Edu Construction. Then 31st, pay the check amounting to 2,350 to Edu Construction Limited. So we pay a check of 2,350 to Edu. So now Edu is the one receiving, right? So Edu's account will be debited, and then our cash book, which is Boabin Trading cash book, will be what? Credited. So we are going to debit Edu's account in the name of what? Bank, because we use check to pay. So it's bank, which is what? 2,350. Okay. And is there any other information that we have left out? Let's see. So there is no other, all the information here has been not exhausted. So now let's balance the accounts for various suppliers that we have here. So let's start with Marfo. So Marfo here, sorry. Marfo is here. So let's start with Marfo. So let's see the debit side. So for you to balance an account to, first of all, you check the debit and then the credit side, the totals. You sum up the total for the debit and the total for the credit. So after that, after summing them up, then you know the total for the debit and credits. You compare which of the side having a greater figure, then which side falls short. The side that falls short, the difference between the greater and the bigger figure, the difference is where we are going to place on the side that was short. Please, I get what I'm saying. Then we balance the account. That is how we balance an account. So here I'm going to compute. So you can see that here the credit side of Marfo is greater than the debit side. So here the total will be, so meaning that the balance will be here as balance CD. Okay, so I'm going to have my sided double lines, right? So now here the total will be, when I add, here will give me 5, here will give me 5, here will give me 9, here will give me 8, and here will give, so 98,955, sorry, 955. So when I subtract, so when I add 40 plus 22, I'll get 60. So when I subtract 60,000 from 98,955, I'll be getting a balance carry down. That's why we are sending to the next counting period, which will be 38,955. Okay, and that will be the balance that will exist in Boabin. So after that, you bring it here as an opening balance. The balance was brought down of 38,955. I hope that is clear. So that will be for the Marfo. Then you do same for Danso. So you just have Danso here. The Danso, you can see that the credit side of Danso is greater than, because you don't have anything at the debit side. So meaning that the balance will be here, right? So I'm going to have my balance carry down. So that will be the total, right? So the total will be 900, then I'm going to get what? 14. So 14,000 what? 14,000. Sorry, let's see. Hey, sorry. Here is 13,000 rather, 13,000. 8 plus 5 is 13, right? So 13,900. So here we got 13,900. So I compute 13,900. Then after that, I have the balance here. Balance brought down as what? 13,900. So that will be the balance exists in Danso's account. So let's check for Adom and then Edu construction. So the same thing, let's balance that one too. So you can clearly see that here, there. So let's see. The credit side, well, let's see the debit side for Adom. So, okay, sorry. Let's check. Yeah. I think it's Adom's one that we paid. I didn't actually tally it, so I was making my own reference. It's Adom that we paid or we check less a discount of 10%. So here, both sides will agree. You're going to get what? 3,700. What about this? 0, 0. Yes, so we're going to get the same thing. 3,700. And Adom account will close. So we won't have any account for Adom anymore. We have paid him and there's nothing existing. So we do same for Edu construction too. So the balance will be here. Balance carry down. So let's total. For the figure you can see, here is 350. 350 will give you 700, isn't it? So it's more greater than the summation of 700 plus 2,750 is greater than 2,700, right? So let's see the summation for this. So when I add the debit side of Edu, I had 3050. 3050. So the same thing also be here. 3050. Then I'll close it. So let's subtract the 2700, that's 2,700 from 3050, and the difference will be 350. And that difference will what be the balance brought down for Edu, which is what? 350. So after this, that's where we come back to construct. So from there, you are preparing our purchase ledger control account as a requirement B in the question. So when it comes to the preparation of the purchase ledger, we said there is a summations of all, or the summaries of all the informations or the transaction that exists in individual's account. So here is what you're going to do. You pick an item, right? Let's say you pick bank as an item that runs through all the account. Then we add all checks that we pay to the customers and we make it, we sum them and gives us one figure and we record it in our purchase ledger, okay, where it was debited. Because you see the payment that we made to these suppliers, we debit it. So we are going to sum up all the payments in terms of what the bank and we debit it. Like that's what we're going to do. Then also, let's say we're having an opening balances too. Those that were at the credit side that we recorded is also sum all the credit, then we record it as what balance brought forward. Then those are the debit too. We also sum them and then record it as what balance what brought forward as a debit. Because I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So that is the whole idea we're going to do here. So first, we are going to start with the opening balances that we started with from the various individuals' accounts. We are going to pull all of them together. So let's look at the credit side of various individual accounts. So let's come back and see. You see, we're having Marfo. We're having Marfo credit balance of 18,955. Then you're also having Danso's also credit as time. So we're going to add these two and we present that the credit side of what the purchase ledger control account. That's what you're going to do. So you're going to add all items which have the same corresponding entry, then we add them, then we place it at the same entry that we place in the account as in the account, then we place it the same thing as in a purchase ledger, which is a big account. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for all the items in that case. So let's see. So when I add the credit side of So when I had the credit side for these supplies, senior suppliers, I had, that's the opening balance. I had balance brought forward or balance brought down. So that's similar to understand. So I'm going to add. So I had 27,855. Trying to let's see whether you also get the same thing. Then the debit, we were having just one, which was a due. So there wasn't any other debit balance existing in individual's account here, individual suppliers account here. So I'm going to have just that one balance brought down. I brought forward from the previous year as well, 350. Okay, good. So once that is true, then we come back to the rest. So let's get back to bank in that case. So we paid 40,000 as check to Malfo, and then who again also pay some to Danso. I said Danso, sorry, Adom, which is 3,330. Then we also paid a check of 2,250 to also Edu. So we're going to also add all the three, then place it at the debit side of the purchase ledger control account. So that's how actually we prepare this account. So all that we're going to do is to add and add and add. So if the other side of this video you can't see, I'm in the individual account, you can refer back to the previous video, same video I was actually talking about here, then check so that you know why we are adding this, why we are subtracting this. Please, I hope that is clear. So that is that we need to know. So here I'll have my bank account as a total, which was, so let me do this. Let's see whether you're gonna fit here. 40,000 plus 40,000 plus 3,230 plus what we paid to do construction was 2,350. So the total will give me 45,680. So that's why we actually also did for the opening, where we added 18,955 plus 8,900. That's where we're having a 27,000. So that's what we're actually doing. Okay. So once we are done with the bank, then we come to, we also pay cash. We also pay cash of 420. So the cash was just once. So I record 20,000. We pay to Marfo. So when you check Marfo's account, you see a cash of 20,000 over there. So I'm going to record in the purchase ledger. Then we also, let's see, was there any discount that we also received? Yes, we also received a discount from Adom. So we're going to record that one too. So that one's also going to reduce our amount that we should pay. So we're going to credit the purchase ledger. So discount received. Discount received. Discount received. Also at 370. Then we also made some returns. So let's fill the debit side before we come to the credit side. Okay. We also made some returns. Returns in, that was in Edu construction of 350. So you can check Edu's own. We made the returns of 350. Then I think that was all the debit that we all made. So let's come back to the credit side. Let's come back to the credit side. So the credit side too, I've recorded the openings for Marfo and Dan. So let's continue with. So let's see the credit side. Credit side will be a whole lot of purchases. So we're going to add all the purchases figure that you bought from these various suppliers. So we add Marfo's purchase of 80,000, Danso purchase of 5,000, Adom purchases of 3,600 and 100. Then I do purchases of 2,700. So we're going to add all the purchases, and when you add all the purchases, you're going to get. So let me write the purchases. So let's say purchases. Let me bring in all the figures here so that you appreciate what we are doing. 80,000 from Marfo. then 5,000 from Danso plus 3,700 from Adom plus 2,700 from Edu. So the total will give me 91,000. When I had 91,000. Also check and let's see 400. 91,400. So once this is true, then you also come back to record the individual balance that was existing in the books. That's very simple. Okay. So or better so you can balance it and see. You see you're going to get the exact figure, but then we are trying to follow the principle of control. All the items into account, we place them in the bigger account, which is the control account. So the same thing we're going to do here. So here, those that we are having credit. So let's check the balances. Adom's account is already, we have paid everything, so nothing exists. So we check math, we're having a balance of what, 38,955. We are also having, let's check for others and see. We're also having a balance for Danso, which was what, 13,900 as balance was carried down. All of them was at the debit side. We're going to paste them at the debit side. So we're going to add the two and we paste them at the debit side. Or do you also have any other for no? So that will be also balance carry down. So the total will be 52,000, 2,855. Okay. Then let's see the credit side. Are we having any balance as on the credit side? That's a thing from Edu Construction. We're having what? Balance carry down at the credit. So we also paste at the credit side. Credit side of what? 350. So after that, we have the totals down. So let's add and see. So you add all, then you also add all here. We have already extracted their balance, so no need. So let's add. Okay, I'm adding mine. I had 119,605. So likewise, going to be the same for here. 119,605. Then you bring the balances, which is carry down, brought down. So here I'll have what? 350. Then here to, then here to I have balance brought down as what? 52,855. So that's how we prepare a control account for any business organization where we are preparing from their various transactions. Okay, you first of all prepare the individual accounts for the individual customer, that whether it's a supplier or debtors. After preparing and extracting the balances, then you post all this information. You do aggregation of those items that we dealt with from respective account. You sum all of them up, then you paste them in the control. So if the figure was at the debit side, you should sum all the debit side of what? The individual accounts and paste it at the debit side of control. If it was at the credit side, the same thing. You sum all of them up in the individual account and paste them in the purchase ledger control account. So that is how we prepare a control account from individual account. Right? That's why we prepare a control account from individual account to the bigger account that we call it the control account. So thank you once again for watching this video. If you have any question, kindly comment in the comment section and I'll give a response to that. So thank you once again for watching this video. If this was helpful to you, please consider to subscribe, like, and share so that we can reach 10,000 key as we move along. Thank you once again for becoming a premium subscriber. I will see you in the next video where we discuss more questions on control account. Thank you. Bye bye.